polish them up. But I work with a lot of first-time home buyers that, they don't want to do that kind of work. There are homes that are move-in ready that have all the things a new homeowner would want: stainless steel appliances and new boiler, AC,
right.
whatever. I mean, there's a ton of inventory like that that's, hovering around $100,000. You can find maybe sometimes these days, maybe 80 even, depending on, how big of a garage you need or how many bedrooms.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with the way you're talking about, making North Minneapolis maybe a bit more hip and cool with art fairs and things like that, it's reminding me of the way like Powderhorn Park sounds, or an area like that. Is that sort of what you're kind of seeing the future of some of these neighborhoods to be?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm really excited about commercial development now as well.
Okay.
This is one of the things that North Minneapolis has historically lacked. When I say historically, I mean, I guess, for 40 years at least. And this is another concern that I hear from people who are considering moving in. You can get a great house like you might get in Whittier, and it's half the price.
Yeah.
But there is something to be said for being able to walk down to Lyndale and go to the CC Club or whatever it is. Particularly for younger people, they want a little bit of action.
Yeah, there's
so.
And it's kind of lacking in North Minneapolis, is it not?
Yes.
Maybe a scene of nightlife or whatever. Yeah.
But it is growing, and again, those eastern neighborhoods, Old Highland and Hawthorne, are much closer to Northeast and close to downtown. So you've got that. We have a very, very hip and cool new place that opened in Hawthorne called Donnie Dirk's Zombie Den.
Okay.
We're very excited about.
That sounds interesting, at least.
It was opened by the owner of Psycho Susie's.
Okay.
So it's got that kind of cool, funky vibe, like a
right.
Psycho Susie's, and so that was a great coup for Hawthorne. Several of my friends live within walking distance, and they're just very excited.
Great.
And since that place opened, another bar and restaurant opened around the corner called Good Sports Bar and Grill on 2nd and Broadway, and that's been very popular too. And we've already had some NoMi events there, and we're going to be having a new homeowner welcome reception there next month as well. So
we're talking May.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So that little area is starting to see some good development. And then at sort of one of the other corners up in the Victory neighborhood off Victory Memorial Drive, we have a still sort of new restaurant called Victory 44, which has been getting rave reviews. That's a kind of little commercial node there. There's Victory 44, there's a coffee shop, there's a cafe, there's a pizza place, stuff like that. So.
And our Victory, Hawthorne, these neighborhoods, Old Highland, is that the other one you mentioned? Are these kind of on the outsides of North Minneapolis?
They are kind of, yes.
Is there kind of a, moving in, some of the more attractive neighborhoods are starting to sort of work their way into the, into North Minneapolis? Is that what you're kind of saying?
I think so,
Yeah.
and I think the interior of North Minneapolis, there are definitely some demand spots in the interior too. The issue that I see, and this is just my gut sense, but being a realtor, driving around all the time, the interior of North Minneapolis is a little bit harder to get to. So for a commute, depending on where you're going, it's a little bit more difficult. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to see a freeway go through North Minneapolis. That already happened when 94 came through and it disrupted neighborhoods. But I'm very eager for the Lowry Bridge to reopen. I'm very eager for West Broadway to be redone and for 26th Avenue North to be redone, because those are the thoroughfares that we use to traverse the north side, and they're a little congested and difficult right now.
Obviously, that would be such a big help, and the flow of new people, new money, just it's just for an evening.
Absolutely.
Is going to help the development. Are there any results to show for the work that you guys have been doing? Have you been selling lots of property in North Minneapolis?
Absolutely. I have been insanely busy, and of course, I will sell homes anywhere anyone wants me to, because I'm in business to do so. But I have gotten overwhelming requests for North Minneapolis, and right now, of my 7 buyers, 1 is looking outside of North, and he's looking in the suburbs, which is cool. I mean, people just, I don't know if it's, well, I think it's both that there's an upsurge in interest in North Minneapolis because of all the good press and stuff that we've been getting, and the incentive programs that we've had there, and also just that I talk about North Minneapolis so much that I sort of attract people that want to find out more about North. So.
Great.
So there's both of those.
Great. Well, that's excellent. Is there a website or a blog or something people could refer to, or?
I would Google Get to Know Me or
Okay.
NoMi Minneapolis, and you will find so many links there. Have been just a ton of articles and press and people blogging and things like that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yes.
All right, great. Well, do your homework. Check it out, North Minneapolis. It's a great story whether you're looking for a house or not. Connie, thank you very much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much. All right. And thank you very much for joining us today on Deeper Inquiry. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.